the award, of course. And how are you feeling winning this award?
Thank you. I'm feeling pretty good. Always good to win.
So, I would like to understand what kind of challenges is healthcare facing right now in 2023.
I think the biggest challenge that in India at least that we face is obviously access to healthcare. We've all spoken about how only 20 to 40% of the population has access to healthcare, and when it comes to super specialty healthcare, which is oncology, nephrology, post-transplant care, that percentage is even smaller. So I think access is the biggest problem, followed obviously by affordability, where prices, if you need access, it's too expensive. So that combination of access and affordability, I think, are the two biggest challenges that we should try to solve. And then obviously with it, the other larger problems of trust, reliability, these things I think are easier to solve. But if we solve access and affordability, I think we pretty much crack the biggest two pain points in the Indian healthcare ecosystem.
Right. And how are you addressing all these problems in 2023? And what is your plan for the future?
Yeah, so for us, it's very simple. We're an online specialty pharmacy selling medicines that are not easily available. So how we're solving the access problem is making sure it gets to places, right? We have patients who are buying from Aizawl, Srinagar, Andaman, right? Not just the larger cities, smaller cities as well as villages. In fact, I have a patient who keeps WhatsApping me because she's not that great at technology from rural Andhra Pradesh. And we speed post her medicines, right? And these are life-saving medicines that is completely, that she requires on a monthly basis. And we're able to provide it to her however, whatever it takes, and actually at a much, much subsidized cost. So I think that's one thing, that's the first start. And in the future, like you said, there are a lot of things that we plan to do to make sure that these four core pillars of Mr. Med, which is accessibility, affordability, reliability, and availability. These four pillars we're always going to strengthen through technology, but our core offering will always remain the same. We add some more services, add more products, but the core offering, the core strength of ours is on these four pillars, and we're going to strengthen that through technology, through better reach, through more marketing to reach people faster, let them know about us. So those are the main things that we're working on, but the core will always be the same.
Are there any particular revenue targets for the next year?
Well, see, we're raising a round of funding just now, so we're hoping with this fund infusion we could double our revenue over the next 6 to 12 months. Our monthly revenue over the next 6 to 12 months, yeah.
How do you think that India can kind of evolve its approach to healthcare sector, and what is lacking right now?
I think we can leapfrog, right? I don't think there's any country in the world, even if you look at the US, which spends 10 times as much as India does, or maybe even more, for 1/3 of the population that India has, right? So if you look at that factor, it's almost 30, 40 times what India spends per capita, right, that the US spends, and they still have problems. So I think we can leapfrog these problems through technology, right? India is doing that with the Aadhaar, the card, which is going to be the Aadhaar equivalent of for healthcare. I think if we use that efficiently, if we use that wisely, we'd be able to leapfrog even larger countries. And that's what UPI did, right? That's what UPI did with FinTech. We're hoping this kind of a government mandated digitization is going to take India much further, so that patients are, have their records in a digitized format, and they be able to, be served much faster and with more accuracy, right? That's what doctors need. They need more data. And the thing is, patients don't have these reports. They don't have their previous prescriptions. And this is when this national digital ID is probably going to help doctors make better decisions as well.
So how are you helping India achieve that?
We're going to integrate Aadhaar completely into Mr. Med, right? So anything that comes onto Mr. Med is going to be available, completely digitized, completely compliant with all the regulations, right? And the same thing when it comes to technology, right? All our records are digitized. They are completely compliant from a data privacy perspective. And I think that's the main two things, right? As long as you're digitizing it and you're ensuring that it's encrypted and private, this is the future. We leapfrog several countries in Europe and North America.
Thank you for taking the time out. Of
Okay,
course,
thank you,
congratulations.
thank you so much.